What up, guys? Super Paulo right here, bringing you guys a gameplay on a pretty decently big map. I haven't really got a gameplay on this map as well as on a couple of other maps, just because of the size of the map. The size is a lot bigger than any other map, and it's usually really hard to get a couple kill streaks and whatnot because people spawn pretty much everywhere around the map. Of course, it is a bigger map, which means the spawns are a lot farther, but it also means that people also have a huge advantage because they just know exactly where you are from a far distance. And as well, I have a sniper, of course, but I'm not usually hard scoping across the map and whatnot, so I'm not usually looking at people. I'm not usually looking at targets that are far away from me. I'm looking at targets that are close up, so I can just take them out with that one-shot kill, and they won't even know what hit them. Right here I'm going on a rampage with this marathon. Oh yeah, and by the way, I have marathon. I don't have sleight of hand because some people tell me that sleight of hand is a lot easier to get gameplays with, and I agree with that. And I agree and disagree. Of course, people can't even get gameplays with regular guns, but me, I guess it is easier to get gameplays with the sleight of hand. And I just happened to come across this gameplay in my freaking computer that I was digging through. Like I said, digging through some of my files, and I guess I found it. And it's a pretty decent gameplay. I did speed up a couple of parts just because there was a host migration. I caught some boosters and I knifed one of them, and there was a host migration right in between me knifing the other guy, which I still get the kill, but kind of makes it a little bit harder to edit and whatnot. But it's alright, for you guys, I'll pretty much do anything. I'm just here to pretty much to entertain you guys, like I always say. Alright, so you know how most of my past commentaries have probably been about soccer, and this one is probably going to be about soccer as well. So okay, Thursday and Friday, I already told you guys what went down that day. So, and I didn't make a commentary Monday because I was tired as shit, and Tuesday I was tired as shit, and I had to spend time with some of my cousins and family because I had a cousin that came down from California, and we hung out for a little bit, who was supposedly gonna go play soccer, or gonna go to conditioning camp with me, but he kind of pussed out on me, which was kind of messed up on his part, but it's alright. I got a lot of friends over there at the soccer conditioning camp anyways. Alright, so in conditioning camp on Monday, I don't remember what we did. I think only a small amount of us came because, of course, that whole retreat thing that I was talking about. And they came home Sunday night, but I guess they were too tired to show up Monday morning, and coach is pretty upset with that. So I don't remember what we did. I think we just did a couple of wind sprints for quite a while, and just stretches as usually. And Tuesday came along, and a couple more people showed up. Of course, it was like 15 of us. I didn't count, so I can't be sure on that. And we decided to do the suicide drill again that I explained in my past commentary. Maybe I'll put a link in the description of how exactly that went down if you guys haven't seen it. So we did the suicide drill, and of course the first time I did the suicide drill, I was drowning. I was drowning. I was out of breath. I wasn't drowning. And you have to pace yourself completely perfectly so you can pull this off. The second time around, I guess I did. I paced myself perfectly, not complete. And I got everything pretty much down. Of course, come 1 week from now, I could probably die, but I think I just got pretty lucky doing that freaking drill again. And then, so we did that on Tuesday. No one was pretty much complaining. A couple of people were kind of dying, like I said, because they didn't show up the other days. And I didn't come up on top, but I didn't come last. And Wednesday, today, because I always make a video on Monday, so it feels like it's Monday. So Wednesday, today, we ran 3 miles, and then we stretched, and then we ran the 3 miles again. And I did my 3 miles, I think both of them under 30 minutes. I think the second one I did a little bit over 30 minutes, just because I was pacing myself and walking, because I do not want to sprint 3 miles, and I don't want to drown in the freaking sun. I mean, I live right here in 120-degree weather, which is pretty insane if you ask me. Of course, I lived here all my life, and I'll tell you the truth, I don't mind it that much, but 120-degree weather when you're trying to get your conditioning stats up does not help at all. So as you can see, I did fast forward a couple of parts just because of the fact I get on a little death streak towards the end. this gameplay was pretty much a little fast gameplay that I got, and it's coming to an end. Really hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like. Peace.